Good morning to all. Now we are going to discuss about the RIO Principles of Sustainable Development RIO Declaration. This is second topic available in our syllabus. The United Nations Conference on Environment and the Development, also known as the Earth Summit, was a major United Nations conference held in Rio de Janeiro from 3rd to 14th June in 1992, wherein more than 150 governments participated. This was the largest UN conference ever held, and it put the world on a path of sustainable development which aim at meeting the need of the present without compromising the ability of future generation to meet their own needs. The Earth Summit forced the people worldwide to rethink how their lives in this area. So lives affect natural environment and the resources, and to confront a new environment that determine the surrounding in which they live. In 2012, the United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development was also held in Rio and is only commonly called Rio plus 20, or maybe the Rio Earth Summit 2012. In 172 government participated, with 116 sending their aid on in government. Some 2400 representative of non-governmental organization like NGOs attend, with 17,000 people at the parallel NGO global forum, like who had consultative status. The major issues addressed that time: the systematic scrutiny of pattern of production, the scrutiny given a pattern we as, like the production of toxic components such as lead in gasoline or poisonous waste including radioactive chemicals, the alternative sources of energy to replace the use of fossil fuels which are linked to global climate changes, the new resilience on public transportation system in order to reduce vehicle emissions, congestions in cities, and the health problems caused by polluted air and smoke, the growing scarcity of water. Like it will be growing in, maybe they increase the water quantity. Like the Earth Summit resulted in the following documents: the Rio Declaration on Environment and Development, like a series of principles defining the rights and responsibilities of states in this area. Agenda 21, a comprehensive blueprint for global action to affect the transition to sustainable development, like the forest principles, a set of principles to support the sustainable management of forest wildlife. Then fourth one, two legal binding conventions, like the Convention on Biological Diversity, Framework Convention on Climatical Changes, United Nations Convention to combat desertifications. The Rio Declaration on Environment and Development, the short document produced at 1992, like in the Earth Summit, consists of 27 principles intended to guide future sustainable development around the world. The Earth Summit was inspired and guided by a remarkable document of 1987, that is Brundtland Report. The 37 principles, like according to Principle 1 of the Declaration, like human beings are at the center of concerns for sustainable development. They are entitled to a healthy and productive life in harmony with nature. Then coming from second principle of the declaration, puts the duty on the states that while they are exploiting their own resources pursuant to their own environmental and development policies, it is their responsible to ensure that their activities do not cause damage to the environment of other states. According to principle 3, the right to development must be fulfilled so as to equitably meet developmental and environmental needs of present and future generations. Thus, the concept of intergenerational rights has been recognized in these principles. It is further provided in Principle 4 that in order to achieve sustainable development, environmental protection shall constitute an integral part of the development process and cannot be considered in isolation from it. Then reduction of poverty is considered as an indispensable requirement for sustainable development in Principle 5. Like here they gave the concentration for poverty. So the Principle 5 of the declaration and all states and all people are required to cooperate in this essential task. This principle is of the particular advantage to the developing countries which face the problem of poverty. It may mentioned here that our former Prime Minister, Mr. Indira Gandhi, while speaking at the Stockholm conference, had said of all the pollutants, okay, so the all the pollutants we face, the worst is poverty. We want to more development. The Rio Declaration has taken cognizance of the fact that in order to achieve sustainable development, reduction of the poverty is indispensable, and thus developmental process and environmental protection must go on simultaneously. In Principle 8 of the Declaration, it is provided that in order to achieve sustainable development and a higher quality of life for all people, states should reduce the eliminate unsustainable patterns of production and consumptions. The Principle 9 call for all international transfer of the scientific knowledge needed for sustainable development. Then Principle 10 recognized the fact that environmental issues are best handled with the participation of all concerned citizens at the relevant level. It is well established fact that law is a regulator of human conduct. Therefore, Principle 11 requires the states to enact effective environmental legislation. Then Principle 13 say that the state shall develop national law regarding liability and compensation for the victims of pollution and other environmental damages. In Principle 12 require the states to cooperate to promote a supportive and open international economic system that would lead to economic growth and sustainable development in all countries to better address the problem of environmental degradation. The precautionary principles like has been incorporated in Principle 15, according to which where there are threats of serious or irreversible damages, lack of full scientific certainty shall not be used as a reason for postponing cost effective measures to prevent environmental degradation. The polluter pay principle has been incorporated in the Principle 16, which provides that national authorities should endeavors to promote the internationalization of environmental cost and the use of economic instructions, taking into account the approach that the polluter should in principles bear the cost of pollution with due to regards to the public interest and without destroying international trade and investment. The need of having environmental impact assessment for proposed activities that are likely to have a significant adverse, okay, so from here only they give the assessment report, okay, so the adverse impact on the environment has been recognized in Principle 17 of the Declaration. So the Principle 24 provide that warfare is inherently destructive of sustainable development. Like the states shall therefore respect international law, providing protection for the environment in times of armed conflicts and cooperate in its further development as necessary. Then principles 25 provide that peace, development and environmental protection are interdependent and individuals. Like, and lastly principle 27 say indivisibles. Okay, so 27 says that states and people shall cooperate in good faith and in a spirit of partnership in the fulfillment of the principles embodied in the declaration and in the further development of international law in the field of sustainable development. So in 25th, okay, so it is a piece of development and environmental protection are interdependent and indivisibles. So as the engineer point of view, we have to give more concentration to that to develop our countries. So these are the reference material. Thank you.